Do you know the secret behind the McLaren logo? And where did papaya orange come from? Most people don't realize this, but the McLaren logo didn't always look this way. Here's how it all went down. McLaren's branding went through 4 major phases, with each version hinting at where the brand was headed. It all started back in 1964. Bruce McLaren hired motorsport artist Michael Turner to design their first badge, and the logo was literally a kiwi bird. This was meant to be a tribute to Bruce's New Zealand roots. Then in 1968, they introduced a new team color, papaya orange. But they didn't just pick that color randomly. It popped on TV and it made McLaren stand out against the rest of the grid. But by 1971, the kiwi crest was replaced with the speedy kiwi. It looked faster, cleaner, and it matched the performance and the aesthetic that McLaren had on track. But then in 1981, everything changed again. The kiwi completely vanished and they introduced the McLaren International logo designed by Raymond Loewy. It had sharper lines, a more corporate font, and the chevrons were meant to hint at a checkered flag. But that's not the only major change, because this was also when the iconic papaya orange disappeared. And not by accident, but because their main sponsor wanted the car to match their branding. And with the TV color issues at the time, they swapped it to a brighter rocket red so it wouldn't appear so dark on screen. But by 1991, they merged the 3 chevrons into one unified shape. And this was meant to symbolize all of McLaren's different divisions working together. But then in 1997, the single chevron finally evolved into the speed mark. And this was inspired by the aggressive markings found on predatory animals and insects. And over the years, both the speed mark and the fonts were modernized for legibility and style. But even after all of these changes, something was still missing. So in 2018, McLaren brought back the papaya orange, not just to be bold, but to reconnect with their roots and carve out a distinct identity on the grid again. Because a certain Italian manufacturer kinda owns the space of red. So does McLaren have some of the best branding in Formula 1? And who should we cover next? Like and follow for more.